welcome one, welcome all to a very, very special episode of the Monday Night Asian Movie Talk Show. This is quite a historical episode, to be honest, because we have two guests on the show tonight. So there'll be four of us. And we're also doing something a little different. We're going to be looking at a whole movie. So firstly, introduce the man who always sticks with me through thick and thin, who's with me every episode. It's Mr. Wilco C Rullens.
Hello, hello, hello.
Good morning, my friend. How are you going?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Like you said, it's morning. So I'm waking up still, but I think this movie is going to be waking me up plenty fine.
It sure is. Now, our first guest I want to introduce is part of our historical episode. He will go down in history as our first ever recurring guest. So we're welcoming back to the fray the one and only Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast.
Yes.
Hello.
And at least it is the evening for Eric. How are you going there, Eric?
Yeah.
Doing well.
Excellent. Are you prepared for torture?
Yes.
I will deliver. Trust me, I will deliver. Now, to add to the more history for tonight, we're going to have four of us on this. So I'm introducing a first-timer to the show. He is an up-and-coming YouTuber by the name of Mr. Dancer and the Magic Mask. That's his channel name. But we're going to refer to him by the lovingly name of Walter. He comes from us all the way from Hong Kong. Please make Walter welcome, everyone.
All right. Welcome, Walter.
Excellent.
Thank you.
We all did a Queen's clap.
Yeah. I love applauses, so.
We're glad we could oblige. So we've had Eric on the show before, so we know a little bit about Eric, although we're going to get to know him a lot more over the next few months. But Walter, please tell us just a tiny little bit about yourself.
I watch movies, which is why I have a YouTube channel. And on my YouTube channel, I basically wear a mask and kind of meme about art house films. Some of them are a little more famous, some of them a little more obscure, but they're just movies that I tend to like. And I also like the type of meme culture with nerds and gaming and that type of stuff. So I like to blend all of that into one gigantic mess of a video, basically.
Well, I believe you're in the right channel because I believe you're with three fellow nerds. Eric, are you a big gamer?
No. I used to play them a lot more like back in the day, but once I became like a movie fan, that eats up too much of my time.
Sure does. Oh, I recently picked up Lost Judgment on the PS5. I have no idea when I'm going to watch a movie for the next 2 months. Now, no idea. For everyone joining us tonight, in the chat, and I'll bring this up a couple times. In the chat, there is a poll where we're gonna watch a trailer towards the end of the show, and we want to ask the viewer which trailer they would like us to watch. So if you could open up the poll in the chat, you've got three choices. You've got Louis Koo's latest film, G-Storm, which we were ripping before the show started, and we've got quite a few funny things to say about that. We've got a Carlos Chan Chinese horror film called Synesthety. And also, you'll see a third option called Mysterious Chinese Horror. So you can either take your chances on voting for G-Storm, on the Carlos Chan horror, or a mystery horror movie. So we'll look at those results at the end of the show. We'll keep reminding people during the show to have a look at that. But as is customary on the Monday night show, we like to do our film diaries before we start. We like to know what everyone's been watching. So Walter, because you're the new guy, we might start with you. What films have you been watching the last fortnight?
Yeah, in Hong Kong, movie theaters are open. I don't know if that's the same case where everyone else is living in. So I did watch some big movies at the theater. There was that Korean blockbuster film that came out recently called Escape from Mogadishu. So that was fun. I also did watch Leo Carax's new film, Annette, that French director who... So... I made it to the Hong Kong Film Archive a few times and watched a film called Three Love Affairs. So the Hong Kong Film Archive, I don't know if you've been there because I know you went to Hong Kong already, but it's basically sometimes just screens random films they've archived or found, and there are a lot of lost films that they've restored, and they will screen them like every weekend. So it's pretty cool. And Three Love Affairs was like a 60s sort of comedy film, so it was really fun to see the type of 60s Hong Kong in a comedy setting. Yeah. Besides that, I saw a really popular 60s classic Greek film called The Counterfeit Coin. Don't know if you've heard of that. And then I also watched 2 experimental films, maybe Symbio Psycho Taxiplasm, The Take One, and then Weather Diary 1 by George Kuchar. Yes.
So that first one has probably one of the best titles we've ever had anyone read out on the show before.
Yeah, I have
can you repeat that, please?
Screen. Symbio Psycho Taxiplasm, Take One. Yes.
Damn.
Take One. Don't forget the Take One, guys. Thank you so much, Walter. Eric, what have you been watching these last 2 weeks?
That's some pretty good stuff. For the first time, I saw Wild Search, the Ringo Lam film with Chow Yun-fat and Roy Chung. It was pretty grounded action drama that was quite good. I watched both of the Shockwave films with Andy Lau. I liked both of them. First one a little bit more than the second.
Ooh, controversial. I'm the other way around. Yep. The first one's boring, but anyway, that's just me. Sorry. Yep.
Then Electric Dragon, 80,000 Volts, which is a low-budget Japanese cyberpunk
That's my
comedy. Favorite. I really like that one.
Walter, I think we've found the competition for the best title ever on this show now.
Then we had Mimicry Freaks, which is another low-budget Japanese flick that was good. I had to watch Demon Slayer, the anime series, because it's like the most popular thing ever. So I watched the first season, and it was good. I liked it. And then probably my favorite anime film of all time is Angel's Egg from Mamoto Oshii from the mid-'80s. It's like real art house, but it's freaking awesome. So I really enjoyed revisiting that. Then I watched Kate with Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Woody Harrelson. Pretty good flick set in Tokyo. And Bandmate is in the movie. Anybody who needs a good hard rock music recommendation, listen to Bandmate. They're awesome. And then finally, Prisoners of the Ghostland, which I thought was actually a little bit disappointing. I was expecting more from Sono, but it's a watchable film with Nick Cage, but it's not as good as I was hoping.
Oh, Wilco, you and I talked about that a couple episodes ago when we saw the poster.
That's true. I'm actually still working with a lot of people who were involved in that movie at the moment. And because of that, I didn't watch as much as you guys did. Damn, you watch a lot of movies. I watched one in the last 2 weeks because the rest of the time I was busy on this production, doing a little bit more functions that I originally signed up for, just, filling in gaps and making sure everything goes right. So I've been really, really busy with that. I basically just came out of a costume fitting, and as soon as the show is done, I'm going to run back to the costume fitting. So it's like, we just keep on going. And so, but the one movie I saw was the new James Wan movie. I had to see that one at least, which is a title, what is it?
Malignant.
It's one of those words that I'm like, how do you pronounce that? If I read it like with the G and the malignant, what does it mean anyway? Something like bad intention or something?
It spreads. It's like a cancer tumor could be benign and limited, or malignant and like spread.
Oh, really? Well, that is very, very, how you call that? Appropriate for the film, because that is literally what it's about. But well, I was surprising. I thought it was decent. Maybe not as good as other James Wan movies, but definitely a well-produced movie, and from a producer's point of view. And I was happy to see that there is a surprise video coming later, not end October, beginning of November, from Tokyo Bay Films, which we will introduce in the show and on our social media. So follow us. That, in my opinion, cinematography, lighting, and presentation-wise, comes pretty close to James Wan's work. So I'm happy that my next endeavor looks pretty decent. But anyway.
As an Australian, I'm super pissed off that James Wan was never given an opportunity here to make Saw. It really, really upset me when I was in the cinema to watch Saw and this phenomenal movie sitting in front of me, and then to find out that he was rejected from the Australian Film Board to make the film because they were looking at the arty-farty bullshit. And so he decided, well, bugger this, I'm going to go where the money is. And so to this day, I love James Wan, but I just so wish he'd have made a film in Australia. And like you, I also watched *Malignant*, and probably unlike you, I recognized another Australian actress in it, which was cool to see Jacqueline McKenzie in the film. She plays the woman who does the initial research on the girl at the start, the one that has the nice house. I also watched *Bloody Chainsaw Girl*, which was a hell of a lot of fun. I watched *Sexon on Miyoji*, for the simple fact is that I liked the title, I liked the director, and it was good. Wilco, can you believe Tomomatsu actually made a film where he used quality over quantity? It's just one woman naked throughout the film rather than 400 of them. So,
well, wait a minute, but you said quality over.
Yeah, she's stunning. The woman is stunning in the film.
Oh,
yeah.
One really awesome, beautiful woman instead of a lot of yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that about the women he picks. Usually he picks beautiful women, but this one was stunning. Anyway, calm down, Dan.
Have you watched that one now? Because you got a picture?
No, I do. I'll show you later. I watched possibly one of my second favorite movies of the year, and it was the Fable 2, The Killer Who Doesn't Kill. I was in stitches. It's a Japanese movie. It's a follow-up to the movie Fable from 2019. But it was fantastic. Even the bad guys were lovable. The movie is a 2-hour love fest. It's a great film. So if anyone gets a chance to watch it, go ahead. 2 more films. I watched the worst piece of Chinese propaganda I've seen in a while, called The Chinese Doctors. Every part of that movie made me violently ill. Because they completely ignored everything to do with COVID and just made it all about their heroic doctors. And I'm sitting there thinking, hey, you guys have forgotten this, and this. Eric, it's another waste of Jung Hung Yu. We were talking about wasting a good actor. Another waste of him. And Jackson Yee is in the film from Better Days. And lastly, I saw possibly one of the most gorgeous films I've ever seen, called Raining in the Mountain, which is a 1979 Taiwanese film about a woman who goes to a Buddhist temple to steal a scroll for a man, and ends up running into a couple of other people who are also trying to steal the scroll. It is one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen, and I don't say that very often. So Raining in the Mountain.
It's a King Hu film, right?
It's a King Hu film. Yep.
Yeah.
I did see that. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that was a sweet film.
And there's a movie made at the same time called Legend of the Mountain, or Legend in the Mountain as well.
That's the one I saw. I got them confused. See.
So I would love to see that, because they have a very similar plot, I believe.
Okay.
And they were both filmed in Korea, trying to make out like they're from Taiwan, but they were actually filmed in Korea. Gorgeous film.
Now I've heard, just to keep your eye out, there's an Australian film that I'm even hearing about now called Nitram. Have you heard of Nitram?
No. How do I spell
it up?
that?
You can look it up after the show. It's supposed to be like awesome, but it's supposed to be about a very tragic event in the history of the country. But
we've got a lot of those too. Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Okay, so I just want to remind all of our viewers who have joined the stream today. There is a poll in the chat that we would like you to vote on, and whichever movie gets the most votes is the trailer that we will watch at the end of the episode. Also, if you can keep your chats coming through, we're going to highlight some chats on the screen. If you've got questions for Wilco, Walter, or Eric, pop them up. They'll try and answer them in between, not trying to be too scared while watching tonight's film. But before we get to tonight's film, and I've been promoting this as the Chinese version of The Nightmare on Elm Street. So before we start, I just wanted to get an idea from the three of you about the first time you saw the original Nightmare on Elm Street, what you thought of it, and where does it fit into your horror timeline? So maybe I'll start with you, Wilco.
Horror timeline. Well, as a kid growing up in the 80s, for me, it came out as one of the, in the time of the slasher movies. It was one that spawned many sequels. So it was, as a later on developing a love for sequels, it was one of those franchises that I really followed. So you have the Elm Street, the Friday the 13th, and all those. So it was always me puzzling, how did he die in that movie, and how did he came back in that movie? And that is basically where the love for the sequels came, with the Chucky movies, and be like, oh, actually, that's a trilogy. Or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They discover, wait a minute, they're all sequels to the first movie. So it's like, you start puzzling them out. And Elm Street, as far as I know, and because I rewatched it yesterday as well, I was reminded that how much practical special effects is in that movie. There's something a lot of people maybe not realize or forgot about, because it was one of the groundbreaking movies that came out when it came out at the time, because it was constantly talked about how much effects it had and how cool the effects were. And after all this time rewatching it, like, it's true. It's like every 3 minutes is a cool practical gag, let's say. It's like that is pretty unique for its time. And yeah, Freddy isn't as funny in the first one because he's more menacing. So he is ironic. How you say that? He's sarcastic, and he is, he has an attitude, let's say, but he's a different character than how he develops later in the series. So I must say, for this one, and also I was surprised that it's only 4 kids, because we're so used to seeing 10 kids being chopped up left and right in a small location. It's only 4. It's 4 of them, and then of course the sin of the parents, and then all the cool effects. So I must say that although it came out, it's a classic. I definitely recognize it as one of the classic slashers from the day. I was maybe a little bit more impressed when I saw it yesterday than I was back in the day, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely a product of the 80s.
Yeah, it didn't age that well. And I still cannot unsee the puppet at the end when the mom gets pulled in the window. I mean, that is so clearly a mannequin. I mean, it's not even a prosthetic doll. It's so clearly just this static plastic thing that gets pulled in. But still, I saw that movie yesterday, and I decided to step up my game. I needed a movie from the 80s to reminded me how filmmaking should be.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Walter?
I guess I haven't my horror phase per se started a little later than most people who get into cinema. I think I only really started watching more and more horror films like 4 years ago. But Nightmare on Elm Street was one of the films I watched even before I even got into movies, because I had an older relative who always told the story that on his birthday, he one day in college on his birthday, he didn't really have a party to go to, so he decided to go watch Nightmare on Elm Street by himself. And ever since he did that, he has never decided to watch horror movies with me ever again. And being a young kid that time, I was like, well, this movie has to be really scary then. But it was dated even as I was a kid, so it never really got there. I haven't watched it in a while, so I also watched it like 3 days ago to remember it. And the thing that I was really surprised about and kind of impressed was I forgot how much types of horror is in the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, it's like a body horror, a slasher. At the same time, there's like industrial and cyberpunk kind of horror elements where, like Tetsuo, the Iron Man, you could even see that those type of factories. Then there's like even insect and animal horror, and then there's body horror. I think I mentioned body horror, but yeah. So that was like really surprising to me, and I found that really fun to just go through so many different genres of horror in one sitting. And I completely forgot the original Nightmare on Elm Street was like that. So
yeah, you could do that in the 80s. That's what was the best about the 80s. You could just do that. Eric, your thoughts?
Yeah, for horror, I was prepped pretty early with the fantasy films that came out. Like Neverending Story had some dodgy stuff. Ridley Scott's Legend and Return to Oz, which to this day I still consider an actual horror film. And then I saw Dolls from Stuart Gordon, and then I saw Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 was the first Nightmare film I saw. And that one was light enough to where I could handle it. And then later on, I went and watched all of them. But yeah, the first one is just a very good, I guess there's a certain craftsmanship to it. I do think the acting is a little odd, but given that it's kind of like a nightmarish film. I mean, I watch a lot of Italian stuff, so I'm kind of used to the awkward kind of dubbing of Italian films, so I could deal with it. But yeah, I thought, good points in terms of like the variety of the horror that's introduced. And I mean, Robert Englund's just so good in the role, man. He's so good in it. So yeah, it's one that I could watch. I need to watch it more often because it's definitely, in terms of like, it's not one of my super favorites of all time, but it's definitely in like an upper echelon for me. It's very good.
You mentioned the acting, and I couldn't help but just be captivated by Heather Langenkamp's "But Mom," and I'm thinking, oh god, that was 80s acting. That's 80s acting to a T. I'm a bit different to you guys. Nightmare on Elm Street ranks rather low on my horror timeline because it's technically the first horror movie I ever saw. And yeah, I saw it when I was about 6 or 7. My evil sister rented it from the milk bar. And then my evil stepdad decided that we should all watch it together. And then my mum says to me, Daniel, go have a shower. And I had the quickest shower in my existence. It was 3 seconds. And my mum sent me back 4 times to the shower. And I kept saying, but Freddy's going to come out of the closet. And that was when I realized that movies can have an effect on people. So Nightmare on Elm Street had that effect on me. But in regards to where it fits in my horror timeline, Jason from Friday the 13th comes first, fortunately, and Michael Myers comes second. I love maskless, quiet slashers. The Chatterbox slasher. It's an acquired taste and something I'm slowly getting to. Freddy versus Jason rocked. I thought it rocked. Don't care what anyone else says. I thought it rocked, and I thought it had the best ending possible. Controversial, I know. All right, so gentlemen, now we're coming to what everyone has joined tonight. We are going to start watching this film.
God.
And in all the preamble, I've said that this film was a remake, or at least inspired by the first Nightmare on Elm Street. But as you watch it, you'll probably find out that there's elements of other Nightmare on Elm Streets and the new Nightmare in this film. So it's not exactly a one-to-one remake in the slightest, and budget will certainly show that. So we're going to start watching the film now. Now, if on the off chance that the stream does get taken down, it shouldn't, but on the off chance it does, we'll continue watching, and then we'll put a highlights package up. But we should be okay with this. So the movie is 76 minutes long for everyone who's about to start. I've already flagged that I'm probably going to have to go to the toilet through the film because I've drunk a lot of coffee. So my apologies, gentlemen. Just let's enjoy this. As soon as you see something crazy, just bring it up. But also worth noting for people who are watching this, there is no music in this version. We've had to take it out. So at certain times, one or the 4 of us might start humming the theme of 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. So gentlemen, are you ready?
Oh, not really, but let's do it anyway.
Let's do it. Okay. This is Game of Thrones Presents Dead Space. That's the full title. I shit you not, that is the full title.
Dead Space. Sounds like an outer space horror film.
Exactly. The first time I found the title was when I ran it through the YouTube translator, the Google translator, and it came back as Game of Thrones Presents Dead Space. I'm like, well, that's weird. So I called Karen over and I said, Karen, what's the title here? And she goes, that first bit, that's that TV show you like with all of those people who are killing each other. I'm like, oh, Game of Thrones. Anyway, how do you like this? It starts off with a beautiful drone shot. And do you see what drone has done to student cinema?
Yeah.
Give them production value.
Sure has.
Tricking the audience to think it's a decent movie.
Mhm. Now, again, to remind everyone, there should be music here. It doesn't start off silent. There's a slow build up here, and
It's different from the movie as well, from Elm Street.
yes, it starts with this mysterious burying of a corpse in the middle of the forest.
Mm.
So this might be a villain before he's dead, before he gets killed, maybe.
I don't
It's
know.
a good theory. I don't
Or
think that's how
Christmas.
planting trees works.
Yeah, at least he puts a plant on it. It's like, so hidden. Nobody will find this out.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So, Walter, can you read Chinese?
My Chinese is very below average for
Okay.
someone who lives in Hong Kong. So yeah.
And this is the part of the music that YouTube left in. Apparently, this wasn't violating any copyright.
So is his weapon the gardening tool? Because it looked like a
Oh.
claw.
Ooh. I'm not going to spoil this for you, Eric.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just.
Oh, we have to wait for that, I guess.
Mhm.
But still,
In
it's
the
beautiful.
2000
Normally, sorry.
No, in the 2010 remake, Freddy's actually a gardener for sure, though. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
really?
True. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they already used that. Maybe they stole it from the remake then.
Oh, I'm
This-
excited for this acting.
He's really afraid. You can see it on his face. And the car's going
Cars are
too
moving.
fast. Look at that. Oh my god. He did something wrong.
Oh, he did something
his
very
shoe.
wrong.
Oh, there you
Oh
go. Get him.
no.
And is that our Freddy or is this a different character?
No, I'm not spoiling it for you, but
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
in
I'll
all
do it.
honesty, when does anyone ever chase after someone, told them to stop, and that person's actually stopped? Why does
No, it's
anyone
not
believe
the
that would work?
hiding.
Yeah.
But they're very energetic. They really want to get in. You can see that.
Well, they want him to pay the price for what he's done.
Mm.
Oh, so this guy must be the villain then. They're gonna burn him down like Freddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Freddy, right?
Said didn't. Okay, so he doesn't have his garb on right now. Okay.
No. It's playing with the timeline a little bit.
Yeah.
They're doing it a little bit differently. Budget related,
Well,
obviously.
But that's of course Chinese storytelling because they like to start with the parents and the grandparents before we ever learn who the lead is,
Mhm.
especially in the old books.
I also like that this guy, his name is Who, by the way. He looks to be all of about 21, and he's got all these tattoos on his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a kind of a cooler Freddy for sure.
Ow!
What were you saying about acting, Walter?
Oh no.
We've just created the beast, gentlemen.
Well, I'm liking it so far.
I have automatic instant replay because I got the YouTube stream on a second computer. So it plays on this and then it plays on the second computer as like a replay for me automatically.
Have you muted it? Otherwise, you're going to get that weird double
Oh yeah,
voice.
yeah.
Oh
So
wait,
I'm-
do you know where which city this film is filmed in?
Now, I think it takes it at the end credits, but if you can quickly read the license plate of one of the cars, it should tell you.
Good
Oh,
idea.
gotcha, smart.
That's what I do with Karen when we're looking at movies in China. I pause it and she reads the license plate and tells me what city it is. So this movie has skipped forward 18 years. So unlike Nightmare on Elm Street, which I think is about 15.
Oh, that's from the remake. I'm already seeing some similarities here.
Aha. All right, good. So it is the remake. Okay.
Oh, so they ripping off the remake more than the original then?
Yeah, this is a duplicate scene right now from the remake at the beginning.
Oh,
Worth noting, this is the bit where Right Here Waiting for You should be playing. I love those about Chinese doors. You get those doors just full of those stickers advertising random stuff. Oh, there you go, Eric. It's the knives for fingers.
yeah.
Are
He has
they-
some rope though because it seems it's pretty heavy, so he roped it down in order to not fall off.
Well, he doesn't
Original
look like a
Freddy
strong
wasn't that
fella.
smart.
True. The replay confirmed it, yeah.
Oh, I'm so interested in. It is a little bit of a regret that we can't hear their scratches, their scratching sound effect.
True. Yeah.
But also now I wish I saw the remake because I am comparing it with the wrong movie now.
Yeah. I wish I'd done slightly more research before telling you guys this as well.
Well, he came on. Okay, well.
The jump scare is still a jump scare, though.
Yeah, it still works.
Even in low budget, still works.
His hand will be bleeding. Yeah.
Boom.
And now
So
we
this
have a
is-
psychic among us who still remembers the remake. He can say scene by scene what will happen.
Now a girl's gonna come in and talk to him.
Wait, let's wait. Yeah, there you go.
I have not seen this film.
Wow, so it's a one scene on scene rip off of the remake. All right.
It is missing the utter table of friends who were eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on, Walter.
Oh no.
你没睡觉。
Can I just say, being a full pervert, this girl's pretty.
Oh, that's the friend. group.
There you go. With the friends.
I couldn't tell he was acting a sleep-deprived face there, though. He looked like he was just curious the whole time. So
Stupid acting.
我觉得我们还是准备买单吧
We。also have to think about it. Obviously, the writer knew, the director probably knew. But do you think that anyone else working on the movie knew that they're basically copying another movie?
Yeah.
That they all thought, oh, we made something really cool and unique. One of their friends, actually,
Nah, I reckon though, that had to be all in on it, surely.
I don't
yeah, the
know.
director
Some guys
probably
just
was
come
like,
on to
"Here's
do a
the
job,
movie.
right?
Just copy this movie, and your acting will be perfect."
Throw in some Chinese dialogue and it's done.
Yeah, you really have to say 1, 2, 3 in the way that he speaks his lines.
Now surely he left enough money for the tip.
Yeah.
Tipping culture is so strange. I don't understand tipping culture at all.
And also, that's such a thing to do in China. Just throw money on the table.
Oh,
Nobody
isn't
will
it?
take it.
I'm pretty sure he throws money in the remake on the table too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why. Let's act like Americans.
That line of dialogue is exactly the same as the remake.
Oh. Well, there's more coming.
下次不会再把周正梦这么乱了。
See,
Seems
I
like there
told
wasn't
you.
enough.
Not enough for the tip.
And it's
One
true.
thing,
In the
Can I
remake,
say-
it also starts with the killing of
我有
Freddy.
这么
first.
做过。
can I say one thing I love about Chinese culture is the way that you say bye bye, but you do that.
像这样的噩梦，
噩梦，所以你睡不着。
我能睡着，不过我不想睡。
I don't know if you guys can see it, but he's out of focus in that shot.
梦都是假的，你现在需要好好休息
It
一
happens.
下。
这
But you
些
can also
梦
fix
很
it.
真实，
So.
梦都是假的，你别自己吓自己。
不是梦。对不起。
My guess is that was a script. That they were quickly looking down every time they're reading a line. Eric's disgusted. I can see on his face.
I mean, they gotta change.
Yeah, that part's in it too.
Hold on, there's a special effect coming up very shortly.
Come on.
假的，假的，我不是梦。
把它放下，阿边，放下的，阿边，阿边，阿边。
That was executed fairly well, though.
The scene, yes, but the Freddy ripoff, no.
No, no.
No.
So you guys are not happy with who?
No. With who?
That's his name, who?
Who?
This funeral is a little smaller than the other funerals we've seen in Nightmare on Elm Street.
And also this Westerner, like.
Yeah. So now she's following after this mysterious little girl.
Very carefully, because it's very dangerous. Oh. But you know, Freddy this time doesn't get a gold glove, but a silver one. Guess this one has less money.
Oh, you'll see. There's much less money.
But I don't understand that mask. Is that going to be explained why he looks like that?
I don't remember it being explained. Look at them. But they all look guilty. You can just tell. You know, to me, that line's creepy.
I don't know if it's the compression, but now it really looks like somebody filmed this off TV.
Because it sounds like it as well,
Like it's
because
a
of what
bootleg.
YouTube's done to it.
Yeah. Look at this. It looks like a bootleg. Like,
Hey, they got a lens flare in though.
even now, lens flare can be from the light on the TV. She's not too bad looking though.
All I can say is don't get attached.
Oh no.
It really is missing a lot of ambience without the music. It really, really is.
Oh, you mean with the music, it's like $1 million movie?
Well, you get that kind of no.
I wonder now. I'm wondering if the music is from the original or from the remake.
It came copyrighted by Steven Jablonski, who I believe wasn't in the original. So he was only...
Oh, so it is all the remake, basically. So we pre-watched the wrong movie.
Yes.
Maybe he's a drug, what?
Yeah, great translation on this one. Did I ever tell you that I came across the people who distribute this movie?
Oh.
Based in Shanghai, he wouldn't tell me anything about the film. He wouldn't tell me where he got it from, who was behind it. Just said, yeah, we're the company responsible for putting this on Tubi. So this movie's on Tubi.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw the first 10 minutes on Tubi before you introduced it. Let's watch this entire thing. And I was like, excuse me? I already shut it off after 10 minutes because I couldn't deal with that mask of Freddy because I didn't get it. I was like, why is it? Why? I didn't get it. I malfunctioned.
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the film did not have the golden dragon at the start of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
还很碎呢。我在找小时候的照片，这里没有，你记着放哪儿了吗？
那谁还记得？可能放奶奶家了吧？
Look at these people picked from the street.
今天阿斌葬礼上，
How suspicious that the mother wouldn't have any
我看到
photos
了
of
我
her
们小时候
daughter.
的合
Yeah, I'm sure they're
影，
not in the attic.
好奇怪呀！高中才认识的阿斌。
谁能记住5岁的事儿？快收拾好，过来吃晚饭吧。
哦，好。
Yeah, all right. Huh.
There's that drone again.
Yeah, these drone shots are pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
The setting difference is very fun though, because all the Nightmare on Elm Street films, the ones I've seen, are all kind of in suburbs, but this one's like in a metropolitan kind of city, but also
okay.
not.
All right, Walter. I'll make one in Japan then.
Yeah, you should.
I know you'll like it. And I'll go back home to Holland, make one there too. There you go. In the countryside of Holland with windmills in the background. Like, look, Walter, it's the same movie with a different...
I've heard Tokyo's real strict with the drones, though. That's what I've heard.
Oh, yeah, but it's also... Yeah, it is. You cannot use it in a lot of places. Also
Does that mean
because we have all these wires everywhere. So, you know, that's also an issue. So it's more.
Does that mean I can do one in Australia with the kangaroos? Everyone loves kangaroos.
You mean a kangaroo acting as Freddy, or?
Oh,
No,
that's a whole
Kangaroo
different
Hero.
movie right there,
No.
Walter. It's a whole different movie.
The kangaroo will play the Busta Rhymes role of Halloween and kick his ass.
I think there was
No.
a movie where Soo Ho Chin fights a kangaroo. I think it's called something Nocturne or something.
Oh,
We're going to remember you now. Please tell me the kangaroo wins,
怎
Eric.
么了？
Oh, it does.
Oh, good.
if it's not explained, this is my theory. They heard that you can make burn makeup with like putting glue on your skin and then dry it and then crack it. But I think they did it and it didn't work. And then they were like, let's just paint it white. That's
Having
my
said that,
theory
though,
now to
then-
make this effect.
Did they shoot his scenes all in one day then, so that he didn't have to come back tomorrow?
没什么，好像是数学画。
Well, you could.
I mean, putting that makeup on would be very annoying. So I
没事，你
could
拿
imagine the
镜子
guy just being like, "I only want to do it once." That's it.
Because if you look at the makeup, you see it's cracked, but he got burned. So maybe they tried to do a burn scar makeup, but it didn't work, and then they just hide it with a big white layer, and it's like, oh, let's make him look like the Joker. That'll work.
南京大屠杀发生在
Ah, here we go.
37年
We
have to shoehorn.
这是日军
Shoehorning a bit about Japan's evil history to China.
Yes, of course.
Can you read
Nanjing, let's
that?
never forget. Never forget.
慈善团埋尸18.5万，日军埋尸毁尸15万，
I will do this in the Japanese
伪政
version,
府
but then
和
about
个
the
人埋尸
Chinese.
4万。将3方面的数字相加，侵华日军南京大屠杀的数字。
It's a history lesson. It's a horror movie and a history lesson.
同学们，下面把书
Well,
翻到
normally
48页。
Western movies have that, but it's about the subject. And this one is like, oh, we need one of those history lessons. What about? About dreams? No, 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 no. About Japan.
Poor Japan.
仅仅是他们在对他们讲的。他们不
Can you imagine that the guy is photocopying his hand and then put it in a book?
Ooh.
Ooh, Kunshin Saba is gonna come up.
Oh. Now there would be something, Wilco. Winshin Saba versus Freddy.
Look at this dude. Or is it that they think that our Chinese Freddy would be so ashamed of the scars that he would put a makeup on?
But would he put that bad makeup on?
Is that what they think that happened with Michael Myers? It's like, no, he just was ashamed of his face.
The graffiti in the back is a cute little buddy.
Bonjour.
This line's creepy. It also makes no sense. He goes, "You look more beautiful than you were young," but they killed him 18 years ago. So how would he know what she looks like when she's
Yeah.
young?
Well, maybe he's one of those. You know?
没事吧，夏天同学？
夏天，你怎么了？
That teacher was very excited to deliver his line.
I can finally not talk about Japan.
This is still an exact duplicate of the remake, by the way.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I'm gonna watch the remake soon and then laugh about it like, oh, they ripped off Dead Space.
Yeah,
Uh,
that would be great if the copyright was for this film was like 2008. They like changed the copyright.
But what I think is the funniest thing that I saw up to now is the mannerism of Freddy having the same Chinese thing, but then with his blade hands going, talking like this to his victim.
oh, so there was a car scene there.
Oh, I missed the license plate.
Oh, we missed it.
No, I can't see it. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I think the quality's rather low.
That's a nice plant in the corner, by the way.
You guys are finding the weirdest things to enjoy in this film.
No, no, no. I mean, set design wise, not too bad. To be
今天
honest.
上海的航班，
They did put effort in it.
你怎么样啊？
Even the coloring, they at least used Da Vinci in order to have a little bit of a teal and orange look.
我就电视
Statue of Liberty back there too.
你要多休息一下。
Yeah, we're in America, remember?
等我到了会给你打电话。
Good point. Not sure about that loud dress the mum's wearing though.
That's very normal. It's very American.
Yeah. Diversity in America. Asian American families.
Again, another beautiful drone shot.
Yeah.
A variation of it. It's really good. We went up, down, left, right, in and out. You
So-
said don't get attached, but I'm getting attached here, Dan.
Oh well, you've got about 5 minutes of attachment left.
See, for
Oh,
a
that's enough.
film based on nightmares, I like gaudy Crayola lighting. You know, like almost like a low budget Dario Argento aesthetic. I would have preferred, even if it looked weird. Like some blues and reds and.
This is the first time I've seen this scene not in a window and in a door instead. He just walked up to the door instead of climbing up to a window.
知道自己很蠢，爱吃醋，也很鲁莽。
Just very normally walking to the back door. Hey,
Exactly.
I want to talk to you. What happened today?
That is the worst wallpaper ever.
Is that wallpaper?
That is wallpaper.
I thought they were in a library.
To be honest, I thought that's pretty good wallpaper because it fooled me for a second.
Awful.
其实我们
知道你想说什么。每次
And it's probably one of their houses. And someone's gone, oh, that's a great background.
They should have inserted a real book in the wall, and she just takes the book out.
Yeah. You can do a lot of dream sequences there.
Well, didn't you guys notice that they have so many of the same statue behind them?
But now I think about it, a bed in the library is a little wacky.
不可能的。
She's a nerd. She loves her
What's
books.
hanging from the ceiling, by
这
the
是一
way?
个梦。
What's
What's
that
hanging
shit
from the
hanging
ceiling
from
is
the
we can't
ceiling?
say it on the stream.
Oh,
Oh,
it's hardened, huh?
no, they're just balloons.
Oh, it's balloon. Why are there balloons?
梦着我在家。
Is it her
我们
birthday?
不要说这些了好吗？日夜
Uh,
愁思
maybe not
男
birthday,
有所
Wilco.
好你看着我
Oh,，death day. I see.
留下来陪我好吗？
我会守护着你。
Oh, good.
Oh,
That
no
that's
sexy.
all. Yeah.
No, did you see the thunder in the background?
Oh, I missed.
Quick, Eric, watch the replay of the drone shots. Thunder crack in the background.
There was. Replay confirmed.
Now, for two people that just got lucky, they're surprisingly well dressed after the event.
Well, they don't have to be lucky. They can just, sleep.
Dude, no guy's going over to a young girl's house just to sleep.
In China,
He said he will protect her. That's all he said he would do.
yeah.
Yeah. So instead of a dog, they're using a doll.
I love it.
All right.
Guess what, fellas? We found not copyrighted music. I've got a message in the chat to say that they loved the wallpaper.
Yes. See?
That's fantastic. See, someone does appreciate it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, this is the Freddy song. It probably should have gone here, right? One.
What did I?
Usually you need a little kid jumping a jump rope. Right?
Ooh.
我说
Seriously, if they just had different makeup on the guy, I would have thought this movie was pretty decent.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that does it to me. It's like, I don't understand it. It's is that scary in China?
Well, in so many of those crappy Film Moon movies, they use these $1 store rubber masks. Surely they could have just found
Get one
those.
of those. Or a wolf mask. I don't care. Just something interesting. Not this.
They had a good mask in Mother's Revenge. That was a pretty good mask they had in that one.
Which one's that one? This Revenge.
Yeah.
Well, I can guess what it's about, though. Mm-hmm.
You can just feel the tension.
Yeah. Guys.
Yeah, the silence is a little awkward at first, but now you get used to it.
Yeah.
The silence actually builds tension now.
Nice. All right, how are they gonna pick her up? Are they gonna use wires? There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad.
It's not bad.
You could have easily have shot that without showing anything, though.
But they shot it really with clever editing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Very clever editing. Told you,
But now
Wilco, not to get attached to her.
Yeah, but now I get back to my point. It's like if that mask was different, I thought this was maybe pretty good. I want to like it.
So the first time I watched this film, all of a sudden at this point, it swaps focus to this girl, which you've only seen twice in the first 40 minutes
Just
of this
like
film.
the remake.
Aha.
Oh. But it is a kind of a cinema sin to do that halfway your movie, to start shifting your character.
Misdirect, yeah.
Especially when she's a little less attractive.
你干什么？
下听我说，
你发生了什么？你流血了？
That blood
听
junkies.
我说完。夏天他
你把他怎么样了？
不另有隐情。
This one goes pretty far, by the way, for a Chinese
有人在
movie
梦
with all
中
the
杀
blood.
死了夏天。
你在胡说什么？
别装作不知道，你说你经历过的。
The acting is beautifully
那个男人
horrendous.
一直想在梦中杀死我们。
The good part is because, well, I'm not a native Mandarin speaker, it doesn't feel that terrible to me. I can tell it's bad.
那是梦魇的名字。
怎么可能？
Did you guys notice that she did a almost perfect drawing of who
现在还不知道，只有
before he burst in the room?
The sense.
Oh, I didn't see.
Oh, that's what he was drawing.
Oh.
And I always wonder why people who draw in horror movies are perfect drawers.
Or else you, as the audience, have no idea what they're drawing. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to draw who for you guys now. It's just...
Although the old man in Cliffhanger was a terrible drawer. The Stallone film. There's one.
it's a great film, Cliffhanger. It spawned some of the best one-liners. Like,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
want to die.
I watch it every year in the winter.
Nice. I believe this is the only police in the whole movie, which for a Chinese movie is really odd.
Bro, go off the grid. No.
我没杀人。
I didn't kill anyone. Well, you don't look very convincing.
我怎么会杀了他？
Maybe try something else. Maybe just say, I don't know what happened.
Well, take off your shirt to start with.
Yeah, clean your face, dude. Well, done. Got him.
That's Chinese efficiency.
That's right, baby. You don't get far.
No Miranda rights, no anything like that.
Yeah,
Just bang.
we got him. Done.
Yep.
Wow. That's
It's a
real
massive,
vault.
big vault, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then a very weak pen. What the?
That's the best punching bag of all time.
Damn. We're in Zombie Fight Club now.
Holy Dion was in
What
this one.
police
Right?
station has a punching bag for people
Yeah,
to
why
use?
would you give that to your inmates?
Exactly.
Like, here, get stronger. Work out a bit.
You can punch your way out of the police station.
你好，
我是61。
Hello.
你说过，如果我想找人谈谈的话，可以给你打。
Oh, that pickup line actually works.
Yeah, but he can see it on his face he didn't expect it. And also the
The
news
pickup
part is
line?
not too good. Whoa.
He just needs to go to the toilet like I do right now.
Wow.
I'm not trying to stay
That'll
awake.
keep you up.
Oh, look at that acting. He's getting into it.
And that guy has I'm pretty sure that's a press on tattoo.
Hey, that was new.
Which one?
Yeah.
Him confronting him.
Yeah,
like
in the
that.
remake, the guy just told him to be quiet. He didn't. He, like,
That was it.
grab him.
And then we're gone. Like, be quiet, done. Scene done.
That scene will single-handedly prevent any type of litigation. See how different this film is?
It's so now a lot of this stuff. Yeah, sorry, Walter. Yeah.
Oh no! I mean, I was wondering because they're gonna do some research with, and they're gonna go for an Asian classmate. I'm guessing. So, I thought this was the scene, but I mixed it up. This is before that. Yeah.
Oh. They mixed it up. That's the
I like those the blue shelves though. I like that aesthetic.
School library, definitely.
No, and also, but you can see it has the yellow and then the blue. It is color coordinated.
Yeah, I like it.
A bathing ape T-shirt too.
Yeah.
Very classic. Very classic.
It's probably a knockoff too.
Probably.
Wait till you see the T-shirt that the girl wears later on. She wears a T-shirt later on, which is a very interesting one.
Hmm.
谁叫陆生？是我。出来吧，有人保护你。
What? Who? Or maybe it was who?
Also, Bale in China.
Oh yeah. Also getting out in China. That's
Uh-oh. Here he comes.
Wow. So the dreams are just when you're walking, you fall asleep or something.
Well, I have an issue with the first Friday the Nightmare on Elm Street. There's something that happens where she's not dreaming, and it's the scene where the tongue comes on the phone. She's not dreaming at that bit, yet Freddy still appears.
That's kind of a good point.
Oh, I will rewatch it again. No comment.
The remake tries to explain it by saying like they're all sleep deprived and their brains are sending them sleep signals.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah,
If
but
you're
of course the
sleep deprived,
original
he didn't
does
sleep
not
for
talk
7
about that.
Oh, he looks like Sting, the wrestler.
I was trying to think of who else he looked like. Was it just Joker?
Oh, it's Sting, baby. Put him in a Scorpion Deathlock.
This Freddy's too preachy. You know, our Freddy is more taunting, and then he kills you. This guy is like, I'm gonna give you a whole long ass quotes.
I think a lot of it's lost in translation, though.
Probably all haikus and shit. No, but Walter's right. It's the sleep.
And see, Bale in Chinese jail doesn't happen.
Yeah, because I heard, I don't know, I think it's in one of the other movies that if you don't sleep for a long time, you have these micro naps you don't notice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what happened, but then they didn't explain it.
这是什么？
振奋剂，它会让我们保持清醒。
Oh,
Fellas, I'm gonna have to
exciting
go to the
shit.
bathroom. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to hold it and I cannot.
Oh,
So I'll be right back.
All right.
yeah, sure.
我没事。
That's what he's doing. He just leaves us here with his movie.
That's true. He never was planning to finish it with us.
No, we won't see him again.
He left
有些
Freddy
东
with
西
us.
你得信。
这是什么？
哈姆林的怀疑吹笛人讲的是一个被城镇背叛的人，后来向孩子们实施报复的故事。
我也经常梦见小孩，梦里还有间学校。
这期间必然有什么联系。
可是我们在小学毕业之前根本就没有见过呀。
我们是在浪费时间。
什么意思？
噩梦是非人为控制而产生的，进而引发失眠。若长时间处于这种状态，失眠者会进入瞌睡状态。
I guess they're gonna explain the micronaps in this film too, since they're doing the remake.
在梦中，即使处于清醒
Oh, it was probably in the
状态，
remake
会
then,
因为
yeah.
疲倦而停止运作，导致昏睡，又称深度睡眠。
Which is actually just a loophole to always have Freddy pop up anytime.
Yeah, exactly.
你这是去哪里了？
去书店了，刚才。
我就想
A wrong movie, Dan.
因为你的朋友发生了那些事儿。
妈，
That's not Dan.
我和夏天有什么相同之处？
Hey, Jace. How you doing?
海滨路生以及伟霆之间。
It's your rival. They made a remake of one of your rival's movies. But this one is not good, so.
那我们认识一个叫胡迪的人吗？
不认识。
Oh. It's a weird mask to wear. What'd I miss?
Nothing.
They explained the
They actually-
micronaps.
Ah. So we're halfway through the movie, everyone. What do we think of it so far?
Well, one
It
by
really
one,
is an
Walter.
exact replicant of the remake in a way. So
What do you think, Eric?
好像记起小时候的事儿了。
I'm sitting through it. I'm not in complete pain. It might be because you guys are here with me, though.
Oh,
Oh no.
Got good.
What about the chat? Is anyone in the chat who's watching along? Yeah, everyone in the chat's just really glued to the film instead.
Yeah. No time to.
And now everyone wants to watch this.
Good replay.
I like this. He's actually quite cute.
Oh, yeah, because she's naked in a bathtub.
Yeah,
Well, you know.
it changes you. I don't know why.
The lighting, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I could not fall asleep in a bathtub. I would be worried about drowning.
Also, that these blades are not straight. That's all.
那我先睡了啊。
Well, you know, in order to learn filmmaking, to just mimic a film like this is not a bad idea, to be honest.
So, Wilco, how would you do that shot with the claw coming out of the water like that?
Well, I kind of know how they did it in the original. So I'm tainted by that idea, but it's just a very deep tub.
Oh.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, and that's how. So the dude on the water just puts his hand up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. It's not really, you can watch it in the making of the original movie. They explain it.
So the dude in the water has a very good view, though.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know how to respond to that.
In other words, Walter needs some behind-the-scenes footage to verify how they shot the film.
I just now know that Walter really puts her naked in the tub. That's the only thing that... No
The
movie
lighting-
magic there.
Lighting at times is just a little too dark for me.
Or just not
Could
enough
be-
lights.
could be the shitty copy,
There's no
though.
backlight.
Just put
没人知道我在这。
His makeup's changed.
Yeah, he was in a hurry.
Now this looks like he put a face in flour.
你肯定记得，你是我最可爱，你是我的。
He's mildly inconvenient.
Like she's being hit up at a nightclub.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, not him again.
But Wilco, honestly, what you said about if you wanted to learn filmmaking, making an exact copy is a good idea. It is curious people don't do that in films because people do that in paintings or drama or theater. But in filmmaking, people don't do it for some reason. Yeah.
No, you get scrutinized. You're like, oh, you ripped it off. Well, I guess it's because it's so much money. You have to spend so much money to rip off a movie. Well, a painting,
That's
you
true.
can just, you know. I guess that's why we have schools and shit like that. I don't know. I do
Remember
think
when
that
they tried to rip off Psycho?
Yeah, that's a good idea because the editing is perfect in that. So you should rip off Psycho with your phone. Just to try it out and to see how the effects are done.
Yeah, but can we not add Norman Bates masturbating behind the wall? That was unnecessary.
I would edit it in twice. It's just you have the director's input, right?
Absolutely unnecessary.
No, but
China.
I have to say that is what I remember of the bathtub scene. That it was a deep bath. There's a dude like a stuntman or just underwater who puts the hand up. I could also think that you let her do it herself, but then the arm is too long. So I don't think you could do it that way. You know, if we have to mimic it ourselves, because we don't have deep tubs. Although in Japan, we kind of do, now I think about it. So in Japan, you could do it. But just a small tub.
Could you composite the shot then?
No.
And
I
just
wouldn't
have...
do that.
No? Okay.
No, it's too difficult with the water and stuff.
All right, then.
Well, the water will move differently on her side than on the water. It would look dodgy, but definitely do it just to see that it looks dodgy. Like I said, if you make your iPhone version, try it just to see what it does.
This is a very, very nice housing estate in China. They must be really far out of the city.
Maybe this film is just a first step in a long project where Dead Space 2 will come out. It's the exact same replicate of this film, but done better. And they're just
wait, you mean you can improve this?
Yeah, you start with the mask. I mean, then you're half there.
In the original, what they're copying, they discovered the photos in the basement, and we're in the basement as they got caught. Here, they took the photos out to the garden, and were able to enjoy it before their mom walked in on them. So that's very...
My guess it's because what Eric's brought up, the light was too shit in the basement. They realized that.
我没有，我只是不想让你一辈子生活在那样的记忆里。我想让你全部
She's
忘
losing
掉
her。shit like a typical Chinese mother.
在幼儿园到底发生了什么？
Awkward pause. The director in the background, you can hear him. Awkward pause. Awkward pause.
Okay, so I did a quick research just to be 100% correct on the bathtub scene, but it seems they built that bathtub on top of a swimming pool.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Damn. There's no way they did that in this film.
No way.
No. That is true. So they are more inventive than... But we also don't have the scene of her getting pulled down, so...
Fair.
Now, maybe it's the pulled down part that was the swimming pool, but the hand, I maybe not. Damn it, back to the research.
因为你们都是单纯无辜的。
Oh boy. It's time to get
So
creepy.
yeah, they're really pushing his creepiness here.
Yeah, they managed to make the 21-year-old creepier than the 40-year-old gardener. That's actually impressive. Props to that.
我们开始注意到一些事情。
Gee. You're not going to hide that.
No one's disinfected it either. Just let it go.
It's really contrived in the remake and in this. None of the kids remember any of it, you know.
Yeah, okay. So now I know for certain. The one that she gets pulled down is a swimming pool. They build on top of a swimming pool. but the other one with the hand is just a deep tub. And then she was sitting on a stool, and the guy was sitting on his knees and had scuba diving experience. So they had to build a deep tub for this one at least, or use a deep tub, basically a bottomless one with more room under it.
Or it's her foot.
That would be very creative. Yeah. That's how we're gonna do it.
这样做有意义吗？
肯定有意义啊，必须知己知彼。
听你妈妈的话吧，这些都只是我们潜在的记忆。
要是他错了呢？
虽然我们都经历过，但那些都只是回忆了。
你怎么知道？
I feel every time the camera cuts, do you notice their head moves?
快上车！
And I've got a feeling they're reading the line before they read it out,
我们得赶紧
and the editor just hasn't caught that bit.
拜托你停下吧，这太荒谬了。
Yes, this is too absurd. I agree.
That's actually like a new wave technique. A lot of directors would film practice lines and then use that edit as in their films sometimes.
You know, that's because of red cameras.
Ooh, nice shot here.
Yeah, very creative.
That's your swing pool.
There you go. That they did it there.
昨晚我又做了那个噩梦，一个穿着黑色皮衣的人一直追杀我。这次我逃跑的方向不同，最后停在了一座幼儿园。在我进学校一探究竟之前，我想，但
What's
这后
that
面
thing
一定会有
behind him? To be honest, it's a pretty sweet school they filmed this in. Managed to find a pretty decent school. Plenty of locations, plenty of sets.
That location are pretty decent. They had a plan with this.
If he is where I think he is, that's pretty game. If he's in the water outside the sea, in the water outside the city, it's a pretty brave guy to do that. Ooh. So who knows what's in that water?
Why is he walking so weird?
He has no shoes on.
Still, just on the wood. What is that? Is like old shells or something?
What
now we're gonna see how he gets his map.
So the cars are going about 5-10 kilometers, but yet the sound effect is of the engine revving.
So basically, they forgot to shift gears.
Common filmmaking technique, Wilco. Repeat the same scene, blow out the runtime.
Yeah,
definitely.
徒弟，小兔崽子，你跑了！你们到底在干什么？出来！不把你咋样？
Just as a reminder to those who are watching that we have a poll in the chat if you'd like to vote on it.
出来！不把你咋样？我们。
In the remake, do they say that Freddy is autistic or something like that?
I don't think so.
Don't know.
No, he's just
I forgot.
a bad person in the remake, honestly.
Okay.
There's no real... I know in the original franchise, the backstory is a little more elaborate. But...
In this, I feel like they're really pushing that he's a bit of a child interferer in this particular version, rather than just a child killer.
Remember, in the remake, there was a twist. So
been a while since I've seen the remake.
Yeah, because the remake at one point, they're like, oh, he died an innocent man in the remake. And then they changed it at the end.
Oh.
As a twist.
So Wilco, did they actually burn the stuntman, or was that all After Effects?
What do you think? Come on, look at that shot.
The original one had a stuntman burning for quite a while.
It did when he's running up the down the stairs.
我进到了地下室，好像他就想让我进地下室，好像他要让我。
This is where you saw something in the back that you didn't understand, right?
No, I just
Is
thought
it
it was
book?
curious. What is that thing in the background? It looks like a record.
我已经分不清楚
It's something that he really cares about.
我已经3天没睡过了。一睡着就会做梦。
No.
一做梦就会死掉。
Replay is inconclusive on that one.
有人知道是怎么回事吗？有人能救我？
I just feel like it's China's way of sneaking nudity into movies. They put like naked pictures in the background. Oh, analog interference on a digital video file.
Oh, that was pretty cool. Unnecessary loud sound effect.
我知道事情的真相了，跟我来。
Oh well, that's good. He figured it out. Follow me, and let's follow him. Look, another shot of following him. Let's follow him some more. There we go.
Yeah, you got to put that steady cam to use.
你是在哪听到的？你追赶他，把他逼到绝境，然后
And he's gonna take his dream as reality.
我们没有杀他，我们是在保护你们。为什么？ 惩罚他的所作所为。
Wilco, when we make a movie, can we make sure that we don't do white subtitles on white backgrounds?
Yeah. Well,
太小，为什么就不能报警？
you can make them yellow. Or make sure you have a better, thicker outline.
I've never understood how this gets past quality control.
Because they don't check
那
it.
你凭什么烧死他？
你们太残忍。
你滥杀无辜！
See? Innocent person. They're using the same twist.
往事便会历历在
Ah.
目，你活该！
I'm surprised you could read that.
I saw innocent.
当你长大成人有了
Yeah, no,
价值的
it's
时
just
候
so hard to read.
你便会感同身受啊，儿子！别碰我！
Replay confirmed it. Innocent person. You killed an innocent person.
现在几乎所有的人都知道，胡迪是不存在的。
Does not exist.
We kill an innocent person, but he doesn't exist. Don't worry about it.
等一下，伟霆冷静点。
为什么？
停下。
That was the substitute for a locker
我们编
room.
故事。怎么组织？
万家说过，胡迪想去他幼儿园。
This is so much fun knowing that you both have watched it and you can pick it apart.
Honestly, the differences are the funnest part in some ways because they're so small.
Oh, that's from the original. Is that also in the remake?
It's definitely the
Well,
original.
actually, I remember the remake being almost a shot for shot. The effects, at least, the kills were very similar to the original. But I don't. Yeah, and here they use the same kills as well.
Yeah, I think the only kill that was different in the remake is that Johnny Depp doesn't die in a spray of blood. And so they do that differently in the remake, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That's one of the greatest kills.
It is. That was
And
disappointing.
I'm thinking about it. I'm really missing Freddy coming out of the wall shot. Are we gonna get that?
Oh yeah. Didn't we get it already, or haven't we yet?
Oh, did we saw a version of that? I missed it then.
The
No,
remake
'cause every
had a
single-
CGI version.
Yeah.
Oh.
the
Yeah,
remake made
unfortunately,
it-
in Dead Space, every single dream sequence has to have that sort of transition shot, so we don't get the melding of the reality and the, yeah.
Yeah, you cannot have that. Yeah, he looks like a real worker.
我这种药，
See, this guy was wearing masks before wearing masks was cool.
Exactly.
我没有时间了，你听我说，我从15岁开始就服用这种
And I
药。
love the apothecary,
时间没有任何不良
apothecary in the
反应
background,
你可以
however
帮
you
我
say
收
that
买它，
word.
或者给我
With all
几
the
滴就可以。
traditional medicine.
Yeah.
Fancy
Ooh.
car, by the way.
Hey, this brings up a good point. Have you guys ever noticed in China that they paint the bottom of the trees? And I've
Like a one paintbrush kind of ring, right?
Yeah, they give it a ring around. It's probably like the bottom 3 feet. And I've always asked Karen why they do it, and she can't tell me why. And I remember one day in Guangzhou seeing the guy painting the tree.
So you asked him?
No, yeah.
So it's still a mystery. Great.
What's this weird white guy talking to me about?
He like, Shema? No, but the thing is that I can only guess that it's for reflection, so you don't drive your car into it.
Basketball is my
not a bad-
girlfriend.
yeah, your headlights would reflect it in the nighttime, basically.
And yes, this is the
Basketball
t-shirt
my
I like.
girlfriend.
Yeah, basketball is my girlfriend.
That's a good quote. We should get that shirt.
Is that in the original, fellas?
No. That's a big difference.
Oh.
Yeah.
No stunt there.
No, that's real. That's China. They don't care about safety.
光难它。
Then it would be cool if she lit a cigarette afterwards on her arm.
It's like, help me make this special medicine. No, then I will take it. It's lying right there.
Oh,
No
he
problem.
just stole all the medicine. I'm thinking they're skipping the hospital scene then.
Yeah.
Yeah, budget.
Yeah, the runtime's like 15 minutes shorter, right? 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Dramatic in the car and then slowly drive away.
Hey, safety first.
Yeah. That was cool because he went in, he started the car, he did the shift and then slowly back up. Beep, beep. One for you.
What are they gonna call this drug? This one. I don't. Last time they called it energy pills or something. I can't even remember, but it was not a drug name for sure.
不能这样，可能会有副作用。
总比被噩梦缠身要强吧？你要不要来点？
不，
So she's really going to sit in a car with a dude who's about to shoot up.
Yeah.
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 He's just wasted half of it. Does that really work in real life? Just stab yourself anywhere in the leg?
Don't think so.
I've just had a message in chat telling me next time I should go and ask the guy painting the tree why he's doing it.
Just point at the tree and say, why? Why?
And he'll just grin and go, uh-huh.
Not the best parking job, but
Did you see the
They're
dent in the
in a
car door?
hurry.
没错，一定是这里。
那我们准备出发吧。
They're all very laid back. Like, let's check it out. Yeah, let's.
Do you know what would make his character better? A couple of gold chains.
yeah.
He's just missing those Chinese gangster chains.
Honestly, I would watch a Chinese propaganda rendition of Nightmare on Elm Street. I'd like to see how it looked like.
Walter, you are watching one. Although probably without the propaganda, though. All right, what's his t-shirt say?
Something boy.
But I think OB and Y are the wrong way around.
Free Boy? I don't know.
Free Boy could be.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe
Her
a
t-shirt's
brand.
still the best though. So we can imagine more of that moody Nightmare on Elm Street music going on here.
Yeah, well, definitely. Let's make slashers, Chinese ripoff of slashers. A good idea.
It's
On an
really
iPhone.
a genre China doesn't do, Wilco.
I know. So
And
we
it's
make
really
them, and then we
strange.
give them to the West, and then we say, "Here you go, have fun." Like Freddy versus Wolf Warrior.
I would watch that.
I'd watch it, but you know how it's going to end.
Wu Jing's gonna win, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
That'd
Wu
be
Jing's gonna
great.
fuck him up.
That would be phenomenal.
And he'd do it with that cheesy grin on his face too.
Then he throws a tank at Freddy. And he's done.
你没事吧？
我分不清梦境与现实。
Oh, you're not the only one, buddy.
Ooh, we got a little hue of light here.
It really does look like Wilco. They shot that with just the torch and nothing
Yeah.
else.
No, there's something on them, but there is nothing in the background. And then to distinguish any depth, so it's just a black hole.
Right, right.
That's the main issue about
Yeah.
this. Which is also a staple of low budget filmmaking, because you have no freaking time to set up beautiful lighting in the back.
Yeah.
Because you only have like a weekend to shoot this.
雨婷，给我打火机。
Hold on, did I miss the line where he says, your mouth says no, but your body says yes?
That's
Did I miss
No,
common.
that happens later.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
他带我们来这里，一定是
So they've walked into this abandoned factory where there just so happens to be a bedroom set up.
Yeah, we're losing a little steam here.
And these were the masks he could have had.
Yeah, well, I was looking at them and I saw a Freddy between them and some other icons.
Yeah.
And not Freddy, but I saw a Jason and some other iconic faces, if I am not mistaken.
Sorry, did you call, Wilco?
Yes. They ripped you off. They drew you.
Yeah, look at them. And there's a
Green.
ghost face.
Ghostface.
And Batman. Did I say Batman?
Yeah, that's Batman.
拿过来。
And is that the
V-
tall man
It was
at the
V
top?
from V for
I think
Vendetta,
so.
maybe.
Or it was Jack Sparrow.
Or the guy in the hat. It was either the tall man or the guy from Jeepers Creepers.
I think Jeepers Creepers is pretty obscure for a reference.
Well, it's a well-known horror film, though.
他把我们带来这里，就是想让我们回忆起他对我们干了什么。
这种该死的人渣，
What did he
到底
do?
要我们怎么样？如何才能住手？
他可以在梦中杀死我。
So I just want to bring up, there's a common Chinese mistranslation, is they go, what does he want on Earth? Rather than saying, what on earth does he want? Very common Chinese mistranslation.
Wait, it's called Dead Space. They're actually not on Earth at all. That's what he's referencing.
That's right.
They're calling out subtitle translation, the meta of subtitle translation.
你就再也醒不了。
我知道你不会让这样的事情。看到我
Sorry, in the
is
background,
all-
I can't help but see a Lego man. Surely.
It's more like a Power Ranger villain. Like, here. This will protect you.
一定要相信点什么，不是吗？
No kissing, no lip
Jesus,
kissing.
dude.
当你醒过来的时候，我会在你身边。
Yeah, I know what you'll be there for.
If you ever break up with basketball, give me a call.
Although considering what that T-shirt says, I don't think he's her type. It says it's a girlfriend. So he's got no chance. Well, there's a bit of music that's just made it through. You can hear that.
Man, this guy's loading up.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. That's man.
He is the wolf warrior.
This is where he brings out his tank.
Yeah.
From behind the back, yeah. Just.
This is where Wu takes his mask off and is Scott Atkins.
You had one job.
Yeah.
Really? Is he collecting dust? Is that what he was doing? He's checking.
Yeah, he's like, he was scolding the the cleaning lady there.
不了他的，你真碍事。
蝴蝶，你出来！
Huh?
你的小女友来了，我马上就会回来。
Bet you whoever wrote those phone numbers is really glad for the exposure.
Oh, let's call him.
Probably going to ask what kind of documents you want, Wilco.
Probably the number to the freedom fighters of China.
这听起来很有意思，就是有点太快。
Oh, smooth.
我们慢慢来，怎么样？
这不是真的。
这是真的。
Not a problem at all.
No.
我的小宝贝，我终于抓到你了。
I'm going to tell that to my wife. What is Xiao Bao Bei? See what she says to me.
快叫醒我！
你的衣服一直是我心头所好。
Huh?
你还记得吗？当然记得。你的记忆让我充满能量。
What is he going on about?
I think that her clothes turning on.
It's like your clothes are in the way. Like, what?
And there's the
He
line.
says it is.
不要抬头，
Miss
看
Charles,
着我，
Oh,
看看你们把我变成什么样子。
to a horny old man.
Yeah, maybe he's a little retarded.
这叫
wait, how is this guy alive?
悦耳动听。
我要醒过来。
你醒不过来了，因为你已经很久没有睡。所以当你睡
This is the type of voice you pick during your first D&D campaign, and then regret it after one session.
录音，录音，快醒醒，快醒醒！
Hey, it could have been worse. He could have done the whole thing in English.
相思手。
It would have been really
你
bad.
认为你的男朋友会把你叫醒吗？
六一，六一，你回来，你快回来！你答应过我的，六一。
He's not even making an effort to
I
wake her up.
know.
Although one line I thought was actually pretty dope for these movies. You've been awake so long, when you sleep, you'll never wake up.
Yeah.
I think that's actually pretty cool. Huh?
And she just
Come on. Oh, no. It's your chance to redeem yourself against Sting.
Oh, this is my favorite line.
Yo, that's crazy. What?
Insignificant skill.
Added that. Skill.
My favorite line of the movie.
Oh, he just bitch slapped him.
Yeah, you're wondering.
That's what I'm wondering, dude.
Yeah, that'll work. Huh?
Was that the guitar? What?
Oh, good question.
Wait a minute.
That was the axe.
Oh,
She hit him in the back, and then his throat got cut.
Magic of movies, Wilco.
The back of the
Kung
shirt
Fu.
says Forestry's my boyfriend.
So what does it say?
走吧，都结束了。
Done.
From a little candle.
Okay. But what did he do though? Was he just insane or what was this whole little baby thing? And
Are they gonna do the same exact final shot here? Let's see.
No,
hey,
it's
No, we're
implying
done.
that he's a kiddie fiddler.
yeah, he's a kiddie fiddler, but he didn't fiddle those kids. They were not even born yet. They're like younger than 18, right?
And that's what makes the timeline confusing because he's talking about them when they were young.
Yeah. So he was fiddling them when they were young, and then she probably told the dad what he did, and then he got burned, and now he's pissed. But it doesn't make sense with the 18 years later.
Which makes me think that they're older than 18.
Or
I think
he's
they're not
retarded.
in high school. I think they're in college. So they're like, you know, maybe master's degrees or doctorates.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
or the original what Dan brought up earlier, that he's just retarded.
I don't know if I use the R word, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, retard.
Now, there's one thing I want to show you guys in the end credits, and maybe I'll just skip to it because I believe it's right at the end of the credits.
Insignificant skill. I'm using that. From
Oh,
now
it's
on.
Xi'an. It's Xi'an. Okay, okay.
Oh, yeah,
I see the
Xi'an.
country now. I mean, it's city. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't manage to sneak into the Terracotta Warriors and film a scene there.
That could have come to life. So, yeah, there's a line right at the end of the credits which made me laugh in hysterics the first time I saw it. Yes, thank you for watching with us in the chat. It's coming up here. And this, Wilco, I think, is a line you should put in every movie that you make. This one here.
Oh yeah, that covers the load.
There's your copyright done. Boom.
Derived from the internet.
With a capital I, too.
And same for you, Eric and Walter. When you're doing videos on YouTube, just stick them in and put an end title that says, hey, I got this off the internet.
Yeah.
If I get marked by YouTube, I see that red color. I'm just gonna, report it, argue, and be like, "Yo, I got it from the internet."
Yep.
So,
So,
I'm gonna do
fellas,
it in all the movies from now on, definitely.
fellas, I've just made you watch, and thank you, by the way, for joining us. I've just
You're
made
welcome.
you watch this film, and I will pick a better one next time. No, I won't. To torture you, Eric. I expect you to fully do a video on this sometime in the next couple of months about the worst Chinese horror movie you've ever seen. Let's be honest. For a student production, it's kind of not bad.
No, it's decent. It's pretty good. I don't know, but is it a student production? Do you know that?
It's just my assumption based on, we don't make slashes. They don't make slashes in China. So it seems like something of a very particular generation. Like these guys have gotten together one night, they've watched this movie, and then all of a sudden they're in film class and they think, oh, I know what we can do as a major project. We can make this film. A lot of the stuff there. You don't think so?
No, I think it's really a genuine production that is made to cash in on the Chinese market.
I heard the director was 12 years old when he debuted this film, so even more impressive now.
Oh well, in that case, it's definitely a production.
Well, it's interesting to know if you go to the Dolban page, you can't stream the movie anymore, so it's not actually available in China anymore. And the lack of the Golden Dragon at the start certainly means that at least it was never released theatrically, so may have made it onto streaming over in China. It's the approved. It's one of the approved Chinese endings because they're not allowed to have spirits and ghosts, but they turned him real, and then they killed a real guy at the end. So that gets the tick box with the horror movie ending. The first time I watched this on Tubi, I had no idea what it was about. And I started going, oh my God, that's the music from Friday the 13th. And then, I'm sorry, Nightmare. And then as progressed along, we could see that it was a fairly decent ripoff. Would you recommend this to people to watch?
It has a soft, very soft middle section, just like the remake did, though. I mean, it gets kind of dull. If they had more of that ending type stuff in the middle, it would be recommendable. But I would not overtly recommend it.
It's and look, it even cut it down to 75 minutes, so it's not like they had a heck of a lot to go on. Now, you guys want to say anything else about the film?
Well, the one that I've been saying it throughout the entire movie, I think it is decent. I think it could be a decent watch. I cannot get over the mask or the makeup of the killer. I cannot get over it. I cannot forgive it. And besides that, would I recommend it? No, hell no. But why would I recommend it? But if you stumble upon it and you like bad movies, yeah, give it a watch. It's not that bad. But on the other hand, if you want to watch a bad movie with this story, watch the remake of Elm Street. I mean, it's a higher quality bad movie.
Well, it is a higher quality bad movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Walter, any thoughts?
I think if you like the remake of Elm Street and in a not very serious way, this film could be recommended. Definitely, I feel like people would have a lot of fun with it. If they compared it to the remake and was were able to follow which scenes are exactly the same and which scenes are just a little bit different, but they could have just cut it out and not kept it in at all. Yeah, it's kind of fun in that way.
Yeah, like those Russian cheapo versions of expensive trailers. It has this. You can the fun is in comparing it, like how they solve the things in the movie.
Can I say, having both of you on who had seen the remake made this a lot more fun for me, because hearing you say things like that should have been a school locker, or I wonder if this scene is coming up, it actually adds to the fun of what we saw in this film. So I want to thank you both for allowing me to take you on this journey. Now, I said that we were going to watch a trailer, and the poll results have come in, and surprisingly, people want to see the mysterious horror movie. So you guys are going to get stuck watching a mysterious Chinese horror movie trailer. So give me 1 second to find it. 1 second to find it. Where is it? In this folder. Here it is. All right. Are you prepared for this?
Mm-hmm. Never seen anything like that before.
Oh my god.
Actually, it looks pretty decent up until the point Sadako came out of the well.
I'm wondering if this is a horror version of Raise the Red Lantern by Zhang Yimou.
Yeah. Unique.
So that was called Mystery of the Deep Well. So certainly they are going for that whole Sadako vibe, but that had so many elements of Chinese horror in it. The not the Urdu, I think that's what that's called. The stringed instrument, the red embroidered shoes, the old style, that kind of Chinese ghost story kind of vibe. That just screams typical Chinese horror film. Guarantee you, all those scenes we saw are probably in the first 15 minutes of the film, and the rest of it turns into some sappy romantic drama, which is probably the standard. But I like my Chinese horrors. But even I probably would draw my line at that. That just looked terrible.
Really?
Yeah,
that looked terrible.
I'd watch
Tiger
it.
Hidden Ring. I mean, that's gonna be good.
What would you interpret?
The whole... Sorry.
No, what would you guys interpret deep house as? What is a deep house?
Bad translation to start with.
Yeah, probably a bad translation.
I don't know, because there's so many of those Chinese horror movies that have these weird titles that just don't make any sense.
Gotcha.
Have you seen Frightening Embroidery Shoes?
No, I have not.
No? Ghosts in Barbers is my favorite because there's an apostrophe in the word barbers that doesn't belong there. And it drives me nuts.
Or they forgot a word. It needed one extra word. Ghost in barber's chair.
Right.
Ghost in barber's house.
Wait till I tell you what it's about. So it's about a barber shop that also doubles as a hotel that's in the mountains, where a girl and her friends decide to go back to visit her dad. At the same time, a poacher is also staying in the hotel. The father has a split personality where he dresses up as the dead mother and starts chasing everyone around the hotel, slowly killing them. But in typical Chinese film moon fashion, they all end up in the basement at the end, where he has to come to the realization that he has a mental illness and wakes up. It is the pure definition of the typical Chinese horror film. And they don't make those ones anymore, strangely. People obviously got sick of watching them. Okay, fellas. Well, I think I'm spent. I'm done. I've had a ball and a blast with the three of you today. It's going to make a great replay when I can cut it together. And I just want to thank you all for your time this evening. Or this morning for some of us. Wilco, can you tell us what's happening next week, please?
For next week,
time.
we're going to watch... do you have any overlay or for this or not?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
I
can go full screen on you if you want.
No, that's a problem. No, please, no. Next, in the next 2 weeks, we're gonna look at a more obscure, hidden film again, a independent film out of Japan called Tokyo Offering Flower, which is the first movie directed by Masaya Kato, which is the director of Ouija Japan, film that comes out next month from Tokyo Bay Films and CultureSHOCK Japan. And it's the reason why we decided to work with him. So I want Dan's opinion on the film, and I want everyone to, discover the director like we did, and then let's look at his first work and take it apart.
That sounds pretty cool. Poor guy. I'm going to take his work apart. Do you have the movie you can give me?
Yes, of course.
Oh, beautiful.
No problem.
Okay. Otherwise, I'll be desperately searching for a film, and everyone will be looking
we,
at me blindly.
we are representing that movie also on the international market, so I can give you a screener, no problem.
Cheers. Thank you. What's coming up for you, Eric, in the next couple of weeks?
All horror stuff. All horror reviews. I got a big movie haul video coming up. And then just reviews on horror films.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Walter, what do you got?
I mean, right now I'm currently working on a video on Rapture by John Gillerman. Gillerman is famous for 1976 King Kong, but he made some earlier movies, and Rapture, I don't know, the film is a little weird. It's about a statutory relationship, but a lot of people, when they review it and critique it, they sort of ignore it. And I just am working on a video that dives a little deeper into the actual, like, not ignoring the statutory relationship of the film. Yeah.
Cool.
So-
Well, that's interesting. Well, look out for that, and hopefully everyone else does. If you want to join either Eric or Walter's channels, in the description of this video are links directly to their channels. Thank you, gentlemen, both for coming along. I think I'm going to call an end to this show. So,
Yes.
cheerio, everyone.
See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.